Have you ever wondered if your food choices can help save the planet? Or why nature allows animals to eat other animals if it's not sustainable? These are questions many of us grapple with, especially as we navigate the complex world of food sustainability. There's a lot of chatter about veganism and meat consumption. But what's the real deal? Is being a vegan truly sustainable for our world? If not, then why do we see animals in nature consuming other animals? It's a conundrum, isn't it? But fret not. We're here to delve into these intriguing questions and uncover the truth. We'll explore the environmental implications of our dietary choices, analyze the sustainability of veganism versus meat consumption, and try to make sense of nature's food chain. We'll also put forth thought-provoking perspectives that might just change the way you look at your dinner plate. Let's dive deeper into this topic and see what we can discover. First, we need to understand the environmental implications of our dietary choices. When it comes to veganism and meat consumption, the environmental stakes are high. Let's take a look at three key areas: greenhouse gas emissions, land use, and water consumption. Greenhouse gas emissions are a major contributor to climate change. Did you know that livestock farming produces from 20 to 50% of all man-made greenhouse gases? Yes, that's right. The methane produced by cows alone is a significant contributor. On the other hand, plant-based diets generate far less greenhouse gases. Growing vegetables produces only a fraction of the emissions compared to raising livestock. Next, let's consider land use. The world's pastures and fields dedicated to livestock take up about 30% of the Earth's ice-free surface. That's an area about the size of Africa. Quite a massive footprint, isn't it? In contrast, the land required to grow plants for a vegan diet is significantly smaller. This means more forests, more biodiversity, and less deforestation. Water consumption is another critical factor. It's estimated that producing 1 pound of beef requires nearly 1,800 gallons of water. That's equivalent to about 90 average-length showers. In contrast, it takes only about 200 gallons of water to produce a pound of tofu. That's quite a difference. So what does all this mean? Well, it's clear that the environmental footprint of a meat-based diet is significantly larger than that of a vegan diet. But does this mean we should all become vegans? That's a complex question. While veganism can be part of the solution, it's also important to consider issues like nutrition, cultural traditions, and local economic conditions. However, one thing is certain: if we want to reduce our environmental impact, we need to think about what we eat. Whether that means eating less meat, choosing local and seasonal foods, or reducing food waste, every little bit helps. As you can see, our diet significantly impacts the environment. Now let's turn our attention to the health aspects of these diets. When we talk about veganism, we often hear about the richness of plant-based diets in terms of nutrients. And it's true. A well-planned vegan diet can provide all the nutrients our bodies need, from proteins and vitamins to minerals and fibers. Plus, the abundance of antioxidants in fruits and vegetables can help prevent chronic diseases like heart disease and cancer. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Vegans may struggle to get enough vitamin B12, omega-3 fatty acids, and iron, which are naturally abundant in animal products. While there are plant-based sources and supplements available, it does require careful planning and consideration. On the other hand, meat consumption, particularly red and processed meats, has been linked to increased risk of heart disease, cancer, and other health issues. However, it does provide essential nutrients like vitamin B12, iron, and high-quality protein that are easier for our bodies to absorb. But wait, doesn't the food chain show us that animals eat other animals? Yes, it does. But it's important to remember that we, as humans, have the privilege of choice. We can choose what we eat based on our personal ethics, health, and the sustainability of our planet. Clearly, our diet not only affects our planet, but our health as well. Lastly, let's delve into the ethical considerations of veganism and meat consumption. The ethics of our diet choices can be a contentious issue, deeply rooted in personal beliefs and values. On one side, advocates of veganism argue for the inherent right of animals to live free from human exploitation. They contend that modern meat production methods often involve inhumane treatment of animals, and that a plant-based diet is a compassionate alternative. On the other hand, some argue that consuming meat is a natural part of the food chain. They point out that animals in the wild eat other animals to survive, suggesting that humans are merely following the course of nature. However, it's important to remember that humans have the cognitive ability to make ethical decisions that other animals do not. So, while the natural food chain has animals consuming others, the morality of humans doing the same is a matter of personal belief. As we've seen, the ethics of our diet are a complex and multifaceted issue. So, what have we learned about the sustainability of veganism and meat consumption? We've delved into the environmental, health, and ethical dimensions, uncovering how both diet choices carry their unique impacts. Whether it's the carbon footprint of meat production or the nutrient richness of a plant-based diet, we see a complex interplay of factors. It's clear there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Ultimately, it's up to each of us to make informed decisions about our diet and its impact on the world around us.